Good evening, and welcome to the third annual Illinois Tech Athletics Hall of Fame. My name is Lauren Joyce Hensel, and I have the pleasure of being in the inaugural Hall of Fame class. And I am a two-time graduate of Illinois Tech. Thank you. I've been part of the Scarlet Hawk family since 2002, and I'm so excited to welcome you to this outstanding event celebrating the achievements and impact of our Scarlet Hawk athletic community. We are thrilled that you could join us to honor our 2024 Athletics Hall of Fame inductees. As a quick housekeeping matter, please start enjoying the salads in front of you. Now, I will be eating mine when I get back to my seat. Now I would like to introduce University President Raj Echambati to say a few words before we begin to recognize our inductees.
Good evening. Okay, there is no energy. This is a Hall of Fame. Yeah, right, Yusha? You should start. Okay. So let's do it again. Count of three. 1, 2, 3. Good evening. Good evening. Perfect. Thank you. And Lauren, you may eat your salad now. Thank you. It's an extraordinary pleasure for me and honor for me to welcome you all to this third Athletics Hall of Fame dinner, and I have had the honor of serving as the president here for 3 years now. A university that was formed out of a very noble mission. In 1890, as you know, Minister Frank Wakely Gonzalez set up this university. The story goes as follows. He goes up in his church, he was a minister, and he tells his congregation, if only I had $1 million, I could educate the children of Chicago's meatpackers, steel workers, and machinists. And thank God there was somebody in the audience with $1 million, and we were born. And for over 134 years, we have fulfilled our resolute mission to bring people together from all walks of life so that they can actually become productive members of the industrial society. A couple of points that may gratify you. First, we were named by Opportunity Insights at Harvard as the #1 university in the state of Illinois in terms of moving people up from the bottom 20th percentile to the top 20th percentile, and that deserves an applause. And the second point is last year, Bloomberg Philanthropies named us as one of 29 high-flyer institutions for not only the college access that we provide to students, but also our success. 92% of our graduates are employed 6 months after graduation, which is one of the highest rates in the nation. And so again, that deserves an applause. And we will continue doing so, but fundamentally the reason why this is happening to us, obviously, is our emphasis on job readiness. We want to connect the rigor of the classroom education that we have to the relevance of the real world. But the other part is absolutely the student talent we are able to recruit. And you are part of that. And one of the things that we have tried to do is to elevate the students' futures by emphasizing on experiential learning. And obviously, athletics is a huge part of that. And so I'm deeply appreciative of the athletics department, our athletic director, Yusha Gilmore. In case you don't know her, she's the silent one out here. And I'm also so grateful that Yusha has named me as the new cricket coach for Illinois Tech, so thank you. So thank you to Yusha, thank you to our coaches, thank you to our wonderful athletic staff, and thanks to the student athletes who personify academic excellence and pair it with athletic excellence, and that is not easy to do. That takes a lot of hard work, persistence, commitment, discipline, single-minded focus, and sometimes self-negotiations. So So thank you for being the ambassadors and evangelists for this great institution. You make us very proud. And to the honorees today, to the Hall of Fame inductees today, I want to place your achievement in context. As I said, we have been around for 134 years. Over that time, we have had thousands of students walk through these halls, the same halls that you walk today. And of that, a significant portion of the people become athletes. And out of that, a very tiny fraction end up in the Hall of Fame. And that is who you are. So thank you for your excellence. Thank you for doing this with a lot of grace. And from now on, as our students walk through our gates, as they walk through our floors, you will be the exemplar of what excellence looks like. So you are providing the faces to the excellence that they are going to be aspiring for, and we are all inspired by your accomplishments. So thank you so much for all that you have done, and thank you, congratulations for this award. A round of applause to our honorees. Thank you. And in closing, I hope you have a wonderful evening. This is about celebrating the accomplishments of some truly great people, but I don't want to forget the families of the honorees, because when you're a student athlete, your families, your parents, your loved ones are your wind beneath your wings. And as life goes on and on and on, you have your support system, etc. And this is a very good time for me, for all of us, to thank you, families and loved ones and significant others, for all that you are doing and all that you have done to enable our inductees today. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. And with that, it is my honor to welcome Eric Willow-White, who is going to be the MC of the evening. Eric, the floor is yours.
Well, welcome. My name is Eric Willow-White. I serve as the Sports Information Director here at Illinois Tech. This evening, I have the distinct privilege of recognizing the 2024 class of Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. I ask that you please hold your applause until the final name is read. Frank Connor, James Dodgett, William Hoganson, Kelly Cada Kinsella, Stephanie Lucas, Ian McNair, Michael Messler, and Yoon Dan Oh. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you to all the family members and friends of our honorees for joining us to make this ceremony so memorable for them. Our honorees were first nominated by faculty, staff, and alumni. Once the nominations were submitted, the Hall of Fame Nominations Committee carefully reviewed each of the nominations and selected this class of inductees. And now, for the reason you are all here today, the presentation of our honorees. I would now ask that Yusha and President Ichimbadi please join me back on stage. There they are, well ahead of me. A competitor during the 1950s and 1960s at the collegiate and professional levels for both swimming and water polo, Frank Connor was a vital member of the AAU Senior National Championship teams, where he won titles in 1955, 1956, 1958, 1959, and 1960. His athletic talent and determination helped him lead his teams to victory in numerous prestigious events. In 1959, Frank placed first in the U.S. Pan American trials and additionally brought home the gold medal with the U.S. Pan American team. His Olympic journey included 3 Olympic trial appearances. He tied for first in 1956, 5th place in 1960, and 5th place again in 1964. A true trailblazer for the sport, He was inducted into the Water Polo Hall of Fame in 1989. Congratulations to Frank Connor. Unfortunately, Frank Connor was unable to join us for this evening, but again, we pass along his congratulations. James Dodgen was a true force to be reckoned with against any batter he faced. The Scarlet Hawk pitcher was recognized in 2009 as an All-Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference honorable mention, setting the stage for extraordinary upcoming season to follow. In 2010, James had a standout season, earning accolades such as being named the All-Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference first team and honored as Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference Pitcher of the Year. His lights-out performance also earned him the Illinois Tech MVP award. James has left a legacy on the mound by finishing first in career strikeouts, tying for the second most in career shutouts, finishing third in overall career ERA, and tying third in career wins. He represents what it means to be a standout student athlete through his dedication, versatility, and leadership as a member of the Illinois Tech baseball team. Congratulations, James.
Howdy. First of all, thank you. I really appreciate you guys putting this on. Really an honor to be here. And it seems like not too long ago, but it's a little bit ago. So first, baseball's kind of been a huge part of my life, obviously, since I could remember. First one I'll start off with, thank my dad. He coached me pretty much all the way up until high school, I guess. Was my coach and kind of taught me how to play the game the right way. And then coupled that with my brother from setting up targets so I could learn to pitch off of the batter and playing countless innings of wiffle ball in our backyard. And seeing him go before me, playing baseball, playing at the college level, really also showed me how to play the game the right way. And then my mom, always back there in the background, making sure I had the right snacks, getting to the right places at the right time, doing all the little things, and them and my family kind of always motivating me, and there was never like, maybe you shouldn't. It was always, of course you should try, you should do it, and kind of always pushing me. I wasn't gonna play, or I wasn't sure if I was gonna be playing when I got here. I had a commitment for the Air Force, and ended up walking on and ended up having a lot of fun. So I guess for the I don't have any baseball players here. You got any? No? I got the coach. It's all right. But just any of the athletes that are currently playing, enjoy it, have fun. The lessons that you can learn in the athletic environment, you absolutely take it with you. Everywhere you go, from time management to team building to all that stuff. Just enjoy your time here. Make sure you take it in. It goes by really quick, but have fun while you're doing it. And then last, before I go, always got to thank my wife. She wasn't here when all this was going on, but she kind of carried the legacy of motivating me, her and my kids. So it's always nice to kind of continue on that structure. So again, appreciate you guys putting this on and all that. So thanks.
Showcasing his talents to the world at the 1904 Summer Olympics, William Hoganson was gifted with extraordinary speed and determination. He earned the silver medal in the men's 60-meter dash, finishing just behind the legendary Archie Hahn, who claimed gold. Although this accolade came early in his career, William let his talents be known as a true competitor. William continued to display his exceptional talent. He brought home 2 bronze medals in the 100-meter and 200-meter races, and you guessed it, those events were also dominated by Archie Hahn. But William relentlessly put up a fight. His remarkable performances in such highly competitive events leave him among some of the most elite runners of his time. His inclusion in the Illinois Tech Athletics Hall of Fame is much deserved, and those of us here at Illinois Tech will continue to build upon his athletic legacy. William sadly passed away in 1965. His award will be saved and relocated to the university archives. Congratulations to William Hoganson. Kelly Katie Kinsella's athletic career as a 2-sport Scarlet Hawk athlete is summed up by a trait every coach looks for in a player: consistency. In 1982-83, she was named the Women's Tennis Rookie of the Year and Female Freshman Athlete of the Year. In 1983-84, she continued on her path to greatness by earning the Women's Tennis MVP honors and being named the Women's Volleyball Co-Most Improved Player. It is no easy feat being a dual sport athlete, yet her remarkable dedication to success paid off when she was named Female Athlete of the Year. She once again repeated this honor in 1984-85, this time as co-captain of both the volleyball and the tennis teams. Her final year, 1985-86, was just as impressive, earning women's tennis MVP accolades again, setting a school record for most good passes in a volleyball match, and being named Illinois Tech Female Athlete of the Year, an honor she received 3 times. Kelly's athleticism, grit, and determination embody Scarlet Hawk athletics, and we are grateful that she is now a member of our Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Kelly.
I just needed to write notes because it's a bit sentimental today. I promised Monica I wouldn't cry, but I might. Oh, time passes. Good evening. Thank you, President Raj. Thank you, Yusha, and the Alumni Association and the Department of Athletics. I'm honored to be an IIT Scarlet Hawk Hall of Fame inductee. I have so many emotions, clearly, standing here before you. Being on campus brings a wave of wonderful, wonderful memories for me. Pretty soon I'm not going to be able to read it. I do remember what I wrote, though. I am blessed to have my parents, Carl and Dolly Cada, here with me. They supported me to attend IIT and also were my first coaches, similar to your dad, when I played softball years ago. So a lot of memories there. My 2 awesome sisters are here, Karen and Connie, and they both have always been both my biggest fans and my best friends. I love you all. Thank you. My IIT journey began when my high school tennis coach, Jerry Mazur, introduced me to the IIT women's tennis coach at the time, Bob Topper. I visited the school. Coach Topper introduced me to Chris Meyer, the volleyball coach, and they said, wow, you can play both sports, and how about you do them at the same season? I said, I could do it. Sure, let's go for it. I was offered scholarship funds to play with both sports, and it certainly helped with being able to attend such a great university. I love to compete in both sports, and I was grateful for the coaches to make schedules so that I could play tennis on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and volleyball on Tuesday and Thursdays. Coach Topper did catch me at one point and said, you need to take more vitamins and eat more food and make sure you're still studying, and I did, so all was good. I could talk for hours about the fun that I had playing over the 4 years and attending school here. A volleyball team highlight was going to Canada and playing Canadian teams. Dennis Hall was actually the athletic director. Yes, the famous Black Hawk Dennis Hall. And he had connections to Canada, of course. So we went up to Canada on the bus and drove through the snow up to Canada and played volleyball in Canada against the teams. It was pretty cool. Tennis is a little different, but a lot of fun. And one of the memories that I have was our bus rides to the different schools that we went to play at. And actually, Monica Xavier Tazinski is here with me. She was a fellow tennis player, and Tanya Solov is here as well. And we used to dance and jam on the bus. Of course, we probably shouldn't have been standing, but we did. We stood in the aisles and danced all the way to the tennis tournament or tennis match that we were going to. And those are super fun memories that I have. Monica is a dear friend and has been my friend for almost 40 years. We used to also keep stats for the basketball team because that was something that we could do and help out. Monica's husband played on the basketball team, and our motto was we could make or break a player because they're stats, and we controlled that at the time. So it was pretty fun, and we still remain friends with a lot of them. We also, many of you won't remember this, but a few older people in the room, well, we used to keep the stats on paper, and then we'd have to run them on the mimeograph machine with paper and ink and hand them out during the halftime. Now I'm pretty sure it's like automatic on a website or an app or something like that. So it is funny how the time has changed. Monica's parents, another really cool connection, Monica's parents both have gone to this, her father graduated from here with his master's and PhD, and he met his wife Shirley here when she was working in the chemistry building. So I have to say, with all of our relationships, who thought a technology school would bring all this lasting lifetime bonds? But perhaps it's maybe some of the engineering back in the chemie department or somewhere else that has some connection there that created all that for all of us. Thank you for letting me share these stories tonight, and I'm truly blessed. But one of the best things that ever happened to me here at IIT was meeting my quiet, handsome, double E husband my very first week on campus. Our first kiss was following a party at the Delta Delta house on the quad. And he walked me back to the dorm and we kissed, and it was, then here we are 34 years later, married with 2 wonderful children, Madeline and Joe. Joe, thank you for being my best friend and my best supporter all these years. And I want to thank everyone for allowing me to share this journey, and having this honor is truly special for me. Thank you, and thank you to my family and friends for being here. Thank you.
So Kelly, if I heard you correctly, you're volunteering to stat for basketball if we need some help this season? All right, that's how I read that. So before we break for dinner, just a couple quick announcements. First of all, I want to thank and welcome all of our current student athletes to this Hall of Fame inductee ceremony. We have many great student athletes here. I've been at Illinois Tech, this is my 4th year, and I'm always inspired by what they do both on their field and court and their pursuit of athletic activity, but beyond that, what they do in the classroom as well. And you as Hall of Fame inductees know how difficult it is as a challenge to be an athlete, a student athlete, and still pursue the academic rigors that are here at Illinois Tech. So I want to congratulate all of our current student athletes as well, some of who may be up here one of these days. And then it wouldn't be an SID worth my salt if I didn't say tomorrow night there's women's volleyball at Keating's, 7:30. Come on out. They're taking on Andrews University. So if anyone's still in the area, please come out and support Illinois Tech women's volleyball. And with that, we're going to take a break for dinner, and then we'll pick up our programming shortly after. Thank you for the wonderful dinner. Stephanie Lucas made her mark during her Illinois Tech athletic career, breaking numerous records and earning honorable accolades as a competitor for both the women's track and cross-country programs. Some of her school records include a 2:23.80 time in the outdoor 800 meter, 4:50.16 time in the 1500 meter, and a 17:46.88 in the 5,000 meter races, respectively. Simply put, she was dominant as a distance runner. Additionally, she clocked the second fastest time in school history for the 10,000 meter race with a time of 37:24.12. As for competing in indoor events, Stephanie set the school record in the mile with a 5:24.32 time and posted the second fastest times in the 800 meter and the 3,000 meter races with 2:27.08 and 10:43.79 times, respectively. Her cross-country prowess was highlighted by a 6K time of 22:25.73, ranking second in university history. As a two-time qualifier for the 2011 NAIA Outdoor Nationals in the 5K and 10K, and a four-time qualifier for the NAIA Cross Country Nationals between 2007 and 2010, she was a standout among her competition, setting a high standard that is representative of Scarlet Hawk athletes. Congratulations, Stephanie.
Well, I don't have any speech prepared. I didn't actually realize we were giving a speech until like 2 days ago when we were told we were given 2 minutes, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to wing this. So I guess obviously my parents had a big part of why I'm here. My parents actually unfortunately couldn't be here because they scheduled a trip to Canada like a year ago, so, but my mom especially, she's actually an alumni of Illinois Institute of Technology. She was the one that encouraged me to apply to this school, knew about the camera scholarship, which is a big reason of why I ended up going here, because knowing I wanted to go into med school helped getting funding to cover undergrad. And then obviously being able to run was also a big draw, which I enjoyed doing all through for my years. Mostly distance. I still don't know why I hold the record for the 800 meter. Because that is not quite long enough for me. Yeah, coming here has definitely led me down a path to where I am now as a pediatric neurology resident at Cleveland Clinic, as an MD, PhD. I got my interest in research, working in research over the summer between my first and second year here. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for IIT and all the amazing opportunities I was given and the people I met. So thank you.
Ian McNair had a significant career diving for the Scarlet Hawks and was a standout at the NAIA Nationals. In 2010, he was nationally recognized when he won the NAIA National Championship in the 1-meter diving event and finished third in the 3-meter diving event. His success carried over into the 2011 season, where he placed third in both the 1-meter and 3-meter diving events at the NAIA Nationals. Ian soared to new heights in 2012 when he won the NAIA National Championship in the 1-meter diving event, and he placed second in the 3-meter diving event. And his final year of competition in 2013 was nothing short of stellar. He brought home first place accolades in both the 1-meter and 3-meter events at the NAIA Nationals. As a competitor, Ian consistently excelled at conference meets, often earning a top place as a top 3 finisher. He will certainly go down in Illinois Tech athletics history as a remarkable Scarlet Hawk diver. Congratulations, Ian.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm truly honored and humbled to be inducted into the Illinois Tech Athletics Hall of Fame. First, I just want to give thanks to God, who has been my constant source of strength and courage throughout my journey, but also to my family, my friends and teammates, and of course, my diving coach, Ryan Nelson. I wouldn't be standing here without your unwavering patience and support. So I know diving is something that many people aren't very familiar with. It seems like a very kind of like artistic and kind of I don't know, but it's a very mental sport, and I know many sports are very mental sports, but community, even though you're an individual competing, plays a huge role in being successful, even though it seems, very individualistic. My final years of diving, which you'd expect to be when I was like the most skilled, were actually times of extreme struggle. IIT had begun to move to NCAA Division III. All the other divers on my team had either graduated or left the team to focus on academics. And unfortunately for me, I didn't realize how this would truly impact me. During my diving career, I have belly flopped many times. Very hard, even to the point of coughing up blood, sometimes even slightly concussed. I have back flopped so hard that I've had bruises over the entirety of like my back and like my legs. So you can imagine the thoughts that might race through your mind when your coach asks you to do that same exact dive again. But hopefully you can see why community is so important. Although your mind may tell you it's gonna happen again, your teammates tell you differently. They drown out the negativity and give you the opportunity to do something you could have never done by yourself. Those final years without my teammates were excruciatingly hard. Practice was just coaching me, and eventually I even got to the point where I couldn't even practice. I was having panic attacks just at the thought of diving, and even on the board during practice, I would just stand there, unmoving, because of all the things that were just going on in my head. Yet somehow, when it came time to compete, I was able to once again throw my body off that board and perform. Looking back, though, I can understand why. Competitions were when the swimming and diving teams became united. I had the support of my teammates, and they were relying on me as much as I on them. My final year was simultaneously the hardest and yet the most successful year I had as a diver. And my success, I can tell you for certain, was because of God's grace and the support of those around me. It was those experiences where I learned the true power of community, especially in sports. Sports are about so much more than individual achievements. They're about the people who stand behind us, cheer us on, and push us to be our best, even when we think we can't go on. So I just want to say thank you again to everyone who has been a part of this journey. The honor is mine as much. The honor is as much yours as it is mine. Thank you very much.
Illinois Tech Swimming and Diving Alumni Meet is tomorrow, 10 a.m. at Echo Pool. And the first home meet is October 12th, 1 p.m. against University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Michael Messler had a prominent and dominant career as a Scarlet Hawks swimmer, earning 12 All-American recognitions across various distances in the pool. Most notably, in 1987, he won the NAIA National Championship in the 100-yard backstroke, creating a reputation as one of the nation's premier swimmers. Michael's dedication to swimming would be described as relentless, and his remarkable ability to excel at multiple distances further prove his true athleticism. His consistent performance, coupled with his commitment to excellence, have shown the indelible mark he has left on Illinois Tech's swimming program. His legacy as a national champion and All-American continues to inspire the future generation of Scarlet Hawk swimmers. Congratulations, Michael.
I spent a lot of time thinking what were the first words I was going to say here tonight. And I'm going to go to my dad for this one. My dad I lost 3 years ago. My dad said, Mike, if you think you're beaten, you are. Plain and simple. If you're not going to be in the race, don't start the race. Swimming is a team sport made up of a lot of individuals doing the same thing at different times. Practices with a large team are very crowded, a lot of camaraderie. In a smaller technical school, practices are smaller. You're focused more as an individual in your practice than you are as part of a team. You really only get to see your teammates at competitions. Or, well, they were all fraternity brothers too, so we'd see them at the fraternity houses. Anyway, People I want to thank, my mom, my dad, my sister, Coach Matouche, who left us several years ago. I know I'm forgetting a lot of people because there are just so many to thank over the last 18 years as a competitive swimmer. But it's bed no better roses, but I thank them all.
Yoon Dan Oh's standout career as a member of the Illinois Tech cross country and track programs have earned him a rightful spot in our Athletics Hall of Fame. During the 2005 through 2008 seasons, Dan was a qualifier for the NAIA Men's Cross Country National Championships, a testament to his consistency as a runner and competitor. He was honored as Illinois Tech's top runner in men's cross country, solidifying his status as an asset to his team. In 2008, his leadership and performance certainly paid off when he was named captain of the men's cross country team. Among his leadership role, his performance never faltered. He had record-setting performances, including school records in the 3K, 8.51 for indoor track, 5K, 14.52 for outdoor track, and 8K, 25.33 for cross country. Dan's remarkable contributions to the team were nothing short of impressive and held true when he was honored with the prestigious Ed Glancy Award in 2008. His record and awards demonstrate the impact and legacy he created thanks to his hard work and talent. Congratulations, Dan.
All right, last up, if I can just have 2 minutes of your attention. Thank you, it's an honor to be here. So after graduating IIT, I didn't run for 10 years. I tried to keep it going, but without the team around me, it was tough to keep it going. I found other ways to occupy myself. But in 2020, as you guys all know, a pandemic happened, and like millions of other people in the world, I picked up running again. And since then, I've done numerous races, marathons, just having a blast. But I realized along that, that new journey, how much I love running, how much I love the sport, being out there, doing my thing. And I kind of wondered, like, I can't believe I even left this sport. And a lot of that feeling, I think, is due to the experiences that I had here at IIT when I was part of the team. Really, those were some of my most memorable years with the team, with our goofy coach, Phil Kempinski, all the bus rides and the races, and truly, I think back and they were very precious moments. I still keep in touch with a lot of the teammates, and when I see them, it's like we've never, left each other. It's just like we saw each other yesterday. So just having that experience was a great honor for me, and to even get this recognition on top of that is really just cherry on top. So thank you for that. And speaking of thanks, I wanted to give thanks to my wife who's sitting here, Angela. She's also an alumni of IIT. We met here. Behind every dad runner or mom runner out there, there's a partner that is sacrificing and dedicating their lives to help them make it a reality, picking up their slack. So I truly appreciate all the things that Angela does, even though I don't say it often enough. And also I wanted to just highlight my children here, Emily and Elena, who's sitting over there. My hope is that through running, it could be anything, but for me it happens to be running, that I can set a good example for them to follow, that if you find that thing that you're passionate about and you put in some hard work, it can take you to very special places. So with that, I thank you very much for listening. Have a great night.
Thanks.
What an evening. To the honorees, it it's an honor. You have no idea what this means to us. Just listening to your stories, meeting each and every one of you and your families today, it was truly an honor. So thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know Eric said that we had some student athletes here. I'm not going to make you introduce yourselves, but I would like for you to at least stand. All of our current student athletes. Thank you, thank you. Excellent. Okay, y'all can be seated. But I just wanted to acknowledge you all and thank you for showing up. I hope one day we will be honoring you. You all are extraordinary. I'm extremely proud of how you represent this institution. You do us so proud. So I want to thank you for your hard work and your dedication. It means a lot. To my staff, if you are here, I know you don't want to, but whoever's here, please stand. Yes. Assistant coaches, if you're here, stand. All right. Thank you, thank you. Now, just as the honorees were speaking, and I know, a lot of you mentioned the coaches that were very influential in your life. These coaches, like they work extremely hard. Day in and day out, recruiting, building relationships with prospective student athletes, making sure we continue to recruit high-quality student athletes, breaking down film, scouting. I tell you what, they are in the gym. Sometimes it's 5 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for 6 o'clock in the morning practices. Some practicing late at night. That's just based on class schedules. So we definitely are probably one of the smaller staffs in our conference, but I can tell you one thing, we're one of the hardest working. So I want you to give them a round of applause one more time. Now, I know I have a few members of my athletic advisory board that's here. Can you please stand? I want to acknowledge you. Yes. Now y'all are not a member of the athletic advisory board. But guess what? Since y'all two stood up, when y'all graduate, y'all will become a member of the athletic advisory board. All right. I just want to thank you for your advice and your wisdom. Y'all are extremely instrumental in helping us pick the nominees and who will be honored in the Hall of Fame. So thank you for all you do and your dedication and your hard work. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Eric, you have the golden voice. This is why we use him to MC. I know you hear it. He's been our sports information director now for what, 4 years? And as you see, he continues to promote our sports. It's in his blood, it's in his nature. So thank you for taking on the task as MC today. You did a wonderful job. Thank you. Let's give him a hand. To advancement, I always have to thank you. So all advancement staff, I know you don't want to stand up. I want to acknowledge you all. Thank you. Thank you for putting, this event together. We really appreciate all that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I want to acknowledge my cricket coach. I have to say, Raj, I'm not just saying this. I do think you're, one of the best presidents ever. I appreciate your support and for you just showing up. And I say that every time. This definitely has been a first for us. We've had plenty of athletic events, but you have been a steady who has been present. So thank you for your support, and thank you for looking at us as a partner. So once again, I'm going to wrap this up, I promise you. Where's Ian? Ian, I couldn't leave without telling this little funny story because I know you're a diver. I'm still working on proper etiquette for certain sports. I'm a work in progress. So tennis and diving are sports that, you know, I need assistance with because I'm used to being in the bleachers yelling like, go, go. You know, you're supposed to be quiet at some point in time within a serve in tennis and with a dive. So I was at the swim event and diving was going on, and the dive looked great to me. Okay? He did this. Went in the water. Splash. It's great. The judges said 3. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to yell. So I said, what the hell you mean 3? He did this. So the coach hits me like, you can't say that. I'm like, my fault, didn't know. So I'm learning, I'm a work in progress, you know? But, you know, I gotta realize it's not all the same sport, it's etiquette. But I'm working on myself, But needless to say, I'm again, to the honorees, I am extremely honored. Thank you, and I don't want this just to be the end. I want this to be the beginning of a beautiful relationship. So I want us to engage. You know, yes, we celebrate this moment. We had a good time, but just know I will be calling you to come and, you know, talk to our kids, tell them more about your experience. Because we have some great role models that just stood before us and told us their stories. And what better mentors than you? So let's not stop here. Let's, you know, definitely keep this going. So to everyone, this has been a fabulous night. Thank you. Get home safe. Job well done. Thank you.